What's good? It's Unconventional AF with Jaleel Wavy back with a new episode. The best solo podcast that no one has ever heard because nobody is listening. I have to keep saying that. I had no idea what I was going to talk about today until last night. The social media guys dropped this post on my Instagram feed, and I was like, I have to talk about this. This is great. Shout out to Miss Danielle Lauren. I've actually seen her stuff on TikTok before. Interesting person. The first slide reads, "The state of dating black men in 2026, a field report from a successful black woman who refuses to struggle for love. Number one, supply, demand, and the ego of it all. Successful, educated black men are in high demand and they act like it. That's not shade, that's economics. When supply is limited and demand is high, the market shifts in favor of the seller." And then the next one reads, "Successful, educated black women, we are not rare. We are overperforming in education, building businesses, buying homes, healing. They are evolving." And then it says, "And here's the inconvenient part. We are harder to control. You can't dangle money over us if we make our own. You can't gaslight us if we're already unpacked our trauma in therapy. You can't tell us to be more feminine when we know exactly who we are. Dating a successful black woman is not hard work. It is reflective work. And not everybody wants to look in a mirror." Now let's just pull over right there. Now, I cannot speak from the perspective of a successful black man because I am broke. I feel like a bum. I feel like a loser. But I do like to call myself a trying man. I have a full-time job in local news, part-time job in radio. I have this podcast. I want to be a successful media personality or on-air radio talent or podcaster, whichever hits me first. I've been in the industry for almost 11 years now, and luck has not went my way. So I don't know what it's like to be a successful black man, but I work hard, and that's that. But I can speak to the therapy standpoint of all of this. And I must say, I agree with a lot of stuff that she was saying. I often feel bad for black women because I see the stuff that they go through online. I'm friends with a lot of black women that are beautiful. They got their own thing going on, and they are single and they struggle in the dating department. But I often say I have had a harder time dating post therapy compared to when I was just out here just doing whatever, being performative and not giving a damn about how I showed up in the world. I have been in therapy since 2021, and I can say I'm a much better man for it, but then I can also say that my time with black women in the last few years has not been that great as I continue to struggle to keep them around. There was a great comment that I saw that I thought was worth reading. So this comment is from Just Be Upfront. "We must keep in mind that black men have not been socialized to be emotionally available, expressive, or vulnerable. While this may not be their fault, it is their responsibility to learn. However, society has yet to normalize black men's healing. Our community has failed to provide playbooks for interdependence post-Civil Rights Act. Sisters, we know you're doing the work, and we're glad you made the space to do that. Give your brothers some grace while they catch up from the deficit of generations of black men who not had the tools nor the safety to be everything you want them to be today. We are necessary together." And another one Yeah, if successful black men and successful black women cannot get along, then both sides need to look in the mirror. And I love those comments. And I'm assuming those are from both men. And I have to agree. Quick little story. Gosh, I said I wasn't even going to bring this up on the podcast because I'm trying to get away from talking about my personal life on the podcast. But not too long ago, I went on a date, and me and this woman probably talked for like a week before we actually met in person because we met on a dating app. And she said she was disappointed because I did not bring flowers on the first date. And I said, I've done that in the past and the gesture wasn't received well, so I don't do stuff like that anymore. Not for the first date. But for me, when it comes to meeting somebody for the first time off a dating app and y'all going on date number one, it's clearly just a chemistry, a vibe check, and to make sure that you are still attracted to that person. No amount of flowers is going to change your mind if you are not attracted to the person that you swipe right on. The flowers don't mean shit if the chemistry ain't there. So I'm never going to bring flowers on the first date for a complete stranger. And that's just the end of it. And I'm not going to get too much more into that. Another slide from this post, the crossroads. It says, we want to marry black men. We want beautiful black families. We want cultural alignment and shared experiences, but not in exchange for chaos. And I cannot agree more with that. Because I will say, not so much in my current life, but in the past, I have heard black men say, I don't want my daughter to have nappy ass hair for a reason to not date a black woman, or I don't want a woman as dark as me. I've heard that from black men before, but I've never heard a black woman say, I don't want to date a black man due to their physical features. Now, I don't get that in my new personal life with my friend group. I hang around nothing but black people. My friend group is all black. My social media content is black. So I don't see that type of stuff anymore. And I must say, as a black man that strictly dates black women, no matter how much I struggle with them, I do not desire to be with anyone else. There's not a group of women that I think is better than our own. Black women are top tier. I love the nappy hair. The darker, the better. Full lips, round nose, attitudes, resilient. I love black women, and I don't want to be with anything else. But I can say that as I'm in my healing stage still, and I just want love, and I feel like I would be a great partner to someone because I've done a lot of the self-work. I'm no longer angry at the world. There was a point in my life due to me having this chronic illness where I was mad at God, the doctors, my mom, myself, due to what has followed after it and how much it changed and altered my life for the worse. But I have worked through that. I am not that same man. And I feel like I would be a great boyfriend, husband to someone's black ass daughter. But this year I have thought about possibly dating outside my race because I just want to be loved. That's it. I just want to be loved. And if I can get that from somebody else, should I try the other side? But I don't want to, so I'm not going to cross that threshold yet. I'm only 32. But I want to end it with this. I often say when I see a black woman with an other, I always wonder how fed up was she to go to the other side, because I do know that most black women would choose the black man first before anybody else. But we do have a lot of inner work to do. And we do need to catch up to our women. And I would say I'm emotionally there, but financially, I am not. And I hate that for myself, I'm not gonna lie. Because I noticed, even amongst my group, in the circle of people that I'm around, black women are killing it. Black men are also too, but I'm like, if I want to date a certain caliber of woman, will they hold it against me that my pockets are not together? But I always say social media and real life are two different places. I know a lot of black women that are open to going 50-50. They just want their load lightened. So if we gonna split these bills, we also gonna split the housework. I'm not gonna do all the work and split the bills. So contrary to what social media says, there are women that don't mind splitting the bills as long as they're splitting the load. Well, that's all I have for today. Make sure you follow Jaleel Wavy on Instagram, Unconventional AF on Instagram and TikTok. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple, YouTube, and Spotify. Thank you for listening.